Let's turn this Dodge Charger into remote control. First, drill out the rivets. Now cut down the post. Now grind down the post to make them flush. And also this lip here, make that flush with the hood. And remove as much material as possible from the under fender here. The original wheels will be used. These are real Riders rubber wheels. Okay, so the setup here is somewhat different. I've relocated the on and off switch and the charging port to the back of the chassis. I might not use them depending on the spacing that I have. So today we are going to go with a different receiver. This one actually has a gyro built into it, and the motor has to be run off of this mini ESC. And so I might not have enough room, because if the motor sits here and the receiver sits on top, I might not have enough room inside of the car. So the ESC has to sit back here and the battery has to sit on the side. The steering knuckle comes off of the printer like this with no holes. It's cleaned. I use micro drill bits to drill holes, and these ones are tapped actually. This hole in the center is tapped, and this hole on the side here for the wheel is tapped as well. The cross member is trimmed down, as you can see, and a through hole is put on either end of it. For most cases, the hole for the axle on the wheels will need to be opened up, and I normally just use a 1mm drill bit, run them through. These tiny music wire are the suspension, and so 2 small holes will be drilled in the front of this cross member, so these could be fed through. I attached an extra cross member down here on the chassis, so 2 small holes could be drilled here to feed the music wire through. This is for the front suspension. For the rear suspension, the reason why we have this wall going up here is so we can have 2 holes through here, and this plate here is the motor mount, where 2 small holes are drilled here for music wire to be fed through, so the music wire can go through the back of this wall. Alright, so I was able to solder everything onto the receiver. The servo is on channel 1, the motor is on channel 2, channel 3 is empty, and the battery will be on channel 4. So let's give the controls a test. We have a green light for power. Let's turn the gyro on. Now this is the highest sensitivity, and we can also drop the sensitivity to basically 0. Bring the sensitivity back up. So I finally got it all assembled together, and hopefully, I was actually hoping to put the ESC right in this slot here. So next time around the ESC will go in here. My wires were too short, so I just left it on top, but it seems to fit. When I put the body on, it seems to fit and not interfere that much. But let's give it a shot to see how it functions. And like I said, this thing has a built-in gyro, so it will counter steer for every turn you make. This is the R35 actual RC Hot Wheels. This thing is actually super fast. The only thing I didn't like about it was it uses the rear wheels to steer, and so the front wheels are just stationary. So the gyro is responding, but when I drive the car around, it's not working as what I would like. Now, the more that I drove the car, I kind of figured out what was wrong with it, and I believe it's an alignment issue. And because I was using music wire as my suspension, every time the gyro tried to respawn, it basically makes the front two wheels bounce really fast off of the ground, and so I was not able to put it into a drift. I believe it's also due to the fact that I'm using real rider wheels, the rubber wheels, and it's not giving me enough power to the throttle, and so I cannot put it into a drift. Now, the R35 is a little hard to control the steering, but it does donuts really well, and you can somewhat control the throttle. For the next build, I will have to address the alignment issues and try to see if I could use some plastic wheels and try to put the car into a drift.